It was a hot summer day, and I decided to take a break from my usual responsibilities to enjoy some quiet time at the local public pool. As a police chief, I rarely had a chance to unwind, so a relaxing day by the pool seemed like the perfect escape. Little did I know that my afternoon of peace would soon turn into a battle over basic decency. I had just settled into my lounge chair near the deep end when I saw him, an elderly man, a disabled veteran, struggling to push himself in his wheelchair toward the pool. He wasn't in the best of shape, but he was determined. I watched as he navigated carefully, using his arms to keep the chair moving. The pool was crowded, and I could tell the staff were doing their best to keep everything running smoothly. But as the man made his way to the poolside, a woman who I could only assume was a member of the local HOA, based on her attitude and manner, approached him. She had an air of superiority, which became evident when she started talking to the veteran. "Excuse me, sir," she said, her voice cold and dismissive. "You're not allowed to bring that wheelchair near the pool. It's a safety hazard." The veteran, clearly taken aback, explained, "I can't walk, I need this to get around. I'm just trying to get to the pool to cool off." But the woman was relentless. "It doesn't matter," she snapped. "You'll have to leave it outside the pool area, or I'll have to call the staff to have it removed." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Here was a disabled veteran just trying to enjoy the day, and this woman was treating him like he was a nuisance. But it got worse. As the veteran tried to argue, the woman reached down, grabbed the wheels of his chair, and started dragging it away from him. "This is unacceptable," she muttered to herself, clearly thinking she was in the right before I could react. I stood up from my chair and marched over to the scene, my jaw tightening. "Excuse me, ma'am," I said, in a calm but authoritative voice. "You need to stop." The woman turned to face me, her eyes narrowing as she sized me up. She clearly wasn't intimidated by me yet. "And who are you?" she asked, clearly annoyed by my interruption. "I'm the police chief," I said firmly, "and I'm telling you right now to leave that man alone." Her face flushed with embarrassment, but she wasn't ready to back down just yet. "I'm just doing my job," she replied, trying to assert some kind of control over the situation. "This man is a safety risk. He can't bring that wheelchair into the pool area." "No," I replied, my voice calm but unwavering. "You're not doing your job. You're discriminating against a disabled person who just wants to enjoy the pool, like everyone else. You're not in charge here, he is, and I'm telling you to let go of that wheelchair." The woman's eyes widened in disbelief as she realized who I was. I could see the realization dawn on her. As she glanced at my badge, now visible as I stepped forward, she had clearly thought she could push around the elderly man without consequence, not knowing she was dealing with someone who had the power to hold her accountable. I turned to the veteran and smiled gently. "Sir, I'm sorry you're dealing with this. Let me help you get settled by the pool." The veteran, his face full of relief, nodded gratefully as I assisted him in positioning his wheelchair near the edge of the pool. He looked up at me, his eyes filled with both gratitude and a bit of surprise. "Thank you, Chief. I didn't know what to do. I thought they were going to kick me out." "Don't worry about it," I said, with a reassuring smile. "No one deserves to be treated that way, and I'm not going to let it happen." The woman, now standing off to the side, watched the whole exchange. She opened her mouth to protest, but I held up my hand. "Before you say anything, I want you to understand something," I said, my tone stern but not unkind. "If you ever try to bully or harass anyone, especially a disabled veteran again, I will make sure the consequences are severe. You can either apologize to this man and move on, or I can get the authorities involved. Your choice." She stood there speechless for a moment before muttering an apology under her breath. But it was too little too late. Her actions had been unacceptable, and she knew it. I wasn't going to let her get away with it. As she walked away, I turned back to the veteran and gave him a smile. "Enjoy your swim, sir. You deserve it." He smiled back, clearly relieved. "Thank you, Chief. I'm just glad someone stood up for me." I nodded, watching as he slowly made his way into the pool. With the help of his wheelchair, it was a small victory in the grand scheme of things, but it meant the world to that man.